Have you ever
We
sat
need
across
to
from your doctor,
discuss these
heard the words, "your
results.
creatinine just jumped," and felt your stomach drop? Imagine walking into a routine checkup at 60 thinking you're managing fine, only to hear for the very first time the word dialysis. That single word has ended sleep for millions of Americans because it doesn't just mean hospital visits. It means 3 days a week hooked to a machine just to survive. And here's the terrifying truth: by the time symptoms like swelling ankles, morning puffiness, or that burning sting when you urinate finally show up, your kidneys are already more than 50% gone. Once they hit that level of damage, there's no turning back with pills alone. But what if I told you it doesn't have to reach that point? What if your kidneys aren't doomed the moment that number spikes? Harvard researchers tracked over 150 seniors with failing kidneys and discovered something shocking, something your nephrologist may not have told you yet. According to Dr. Mark Ellis, a leading voice in kidney health, 5 ordinary vegetables, not exotic herbs, not expensive supplements, just simple foods you can pick up at your grocery store, help seniors drop their creatinine by up to 31% in just 6 months. No dialysis, no miracle drugs, just food used the right way at the right time. And here's where it gets even more incredible. One 82-year-old woman in that same study actually improved her kidney filtration by 2 whole points, enough to move her out of the danger zone. Her doctor couldn't explain it until he opened her food diary. These results are not theory. They are real measurable changes that could mean the difference between freedom and a lifetime of machines. So if you've ever feared the word dialysis, if you've ever wondered whether it's too late to turn things around, stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could rewrite your future, starting with the very first vegetable. The very first vegetable you need to know about may look ordinary, but it holds a secret that billion-dollar drug companies tried and failed to copy. That vegetable is cauliflower. For more than a decade, pharmaceutical giants like Pfizer and Novartis spent over $300 million attempting to synthesize a single compound inside this humble food. They couldn't because nature built it too perfectly. That compound is called sulforaphane, and for your kidneys, it works like a rescue team arriving just in time. Imagine your kidneys as janitors working around the clock, trying to clear toxic trash out of your bloodstream. As creatinine builds, they start falling behind. But the moment sulforaphane arrives, it activates special detox enzymes inside kidney cells. Enzymes that increase by 200% in only 4 hours. Suddenly, your kidneys are no longer fighting alone. Dr. Mark Ellis describes it as turning on a hidden power switch, giving your kidneys the backup they've been crying out for. And here's where the science gets personal. In a Harvard study of 153 seniors with kidney disease, those who ate cauliflower 4 times a week saw their creatinine drop by 31% over 6 months. The control group, who ate spinach and broccoli, instead actually worsened by 12%. One 82-year-old woman shocked her doctor when her kidney filtration improved by more than 2 full points, enough to move her out of danger. When they looked at her diet, the answer was simple: steamed cauliflower week after week. But here's the catch: cook it wrong and you lose everything. Boiling cauliflower more than 8 minutes destroys 75% of its sulforaphane. Microwaving wipes out 85%. The only method that works is steaming it for 12 minutes at 180 degrees, then mashing it immediately while hot. Add a teaspoon of olive oil because sulforaphane is fat-soluble. Without fat, your body only absorbs 20%. Want to make it even stronger? Add half a teaspoon of turmeric. The curcumin in turmeric multiplies the anti-inflammatory effect by 400%, turning a simple dish into a kidney-healing powerhouse. Cauliflower is more than food. It's a shield for your kidneys, protecting the fragile filters that keep you alive. But only knowing this isn't enough, because while cauliflower rebuilds, there's another vegetable that actively hunts down the toxins, destroying your kidneys every single day. And if you're missing it, your creatinine may keep rising no matter how healthy you think you're eating. If cauliflower rebuilds your kidneys from the inside out, cabbage does something equally remarkable. It hunts down the very toxins that keep damaging your kidneys every single day. Think of it like this: while cauliflower is the construction crew repairing broken walls, cabbage is the security team catching the intruders before they cause more destruction. One of the biggest advantages of cabbage is its extremely low potassium, just 60 milligrams per serving, the lowest of any kidney-healing vegetable. That makes it safe even for seniors in later stages of kidney disease, when potassium overload can be deadly. But the true magic comes from compounds called glucosinolates. When you chew or chop cabbage, these compounds transform into isothiocyanates, tiny molecular warriors that neutralize free radicals before they can scar your nephrons, those microscopic filters inside each kidney. Here's where the science meets real life. A long-term Chinese study followed seniors who ate cabbage daily compared to those who almost never touched it. The difference: daily cabbage eaters had kidney filtration rates 2.2 units higher. That gap can mean years of avoiding dialysis. And in one case, Dr. Mark Ellis often shares a 70-year-old patient who added raw cabbage salad 3 times a week, reported her morning brain fog lifting within just days. The reason: cabbage fiber binds to uremic toxins in the gut, flushing them out before they ever recirculate in the bloodstream. The preparation is simple but powerful. Eat it raw in fresh coleslaw or lightly cook half a cup to preserve nutrients. Fermented sauerkraut adds probiotics that reduce inflammation and support gut health, while purple cabbage packs 6 times more antioxidants than green, making it worth a slightly higher price. Want to boost the effect? Add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. The acidity unlocks more of cabbage's healing compounds and helps your digestion work like clockwork. Cabbage isn't just another salad filler. It's a toxin neutralizer, a filter protector, and a natural guard against painful kidney stones thanks to its rich vitamin K content. But just knowing the power of cabbage isn't enough, because there's a vegetable coming up that works on a completely different level, shielding your kidneys' blood vessels themselves. And missing this one could be the silent reason your kidney decline keeps speeding up. If cabbage is your body's toxin neutralizer, then bell peppers are your shield, the colorful defenders that protect every corner of your kidneys at once. Unlike most vegetables that offer just one key benefit, bell peppers deliver a triple force of vitamins, A, C, and B6, all working together to guard your fragile kidney tissue. Think of them as 3 bodyguards standing shoulder to shoulder. Vitamin A keeps the lining of your kidney tubules intact, so protein doesn't leak into your urine. Vitamin C fights oxidative damage to your glomeruli, the tiny filters that strain your blood 50 times a day, and vitamin B6 lowers homocysteine, an amino acid that silently eats away at blood vessels. The impact is striking. In a Mediterranean diet study, tracking thousands of participants over 5 years, those who ate bell peppers 4 times weekly had 47% less kidney decline compared to those who rarely touched them. Nearly half the damage simply from adding this one vegetable. Dr. Mark Ellis points out that this matters most for people living with diabetes because red bell peppers also contain lycopene, a natural compound that shields against diabetic nephropathy. The form of kidney damage most doctors fear will push patients toward dialysis. The beauty is bell peppers are both safe and versatile. Half a cup contains only 88 milligrams of potassium and just 10 milligrams of phosphorus, perfect numbers for stage 2 and 3 kidney patients. Compare that to tomatoes with nearly 3 times the potassium load, and you'll understand why peppers are the smarter choice. The secret is in the preparation: roasting them at 425 degrees for 20 minutes, or sautéing with olive oil boosts nutrient absorption by up to 400%. And if you want a natural sweetness without sugar-roasted red peppers, deliver it beautifully. But here's where you may need to listen to your own body. Some seniors sensitive to nightshade vegetables report joint discomfort with peppers, so always start with small portions and monitor how you feel. For most people, though, bell peppers aren't just tasty, they're a lifeline, reinforcing kidney cells, strengthening blood vessels, and slowing down decline before it spirals out of control. Yet even with all this protection, there's one critical truth that could undo everything. Because while you're eating the right vegetables, one small mistake in the way you cook or store them could erase 90% of their healing compounds. And that mistake is so common, most people do it every single day without realizing. So you've added cauliflower, cabbage, and bell peppers to your plate, and you think you're doing everything right. But here's the shocking truth: most people destroy the very healing compounds inside these vegetables before they ever reach the kidneys. You could be eating the perfect foods and still getting 0 results simply because of how you prepare them. Take boiling, for example. Leave vegetables in water for more than 12 minutes and you've just lost up to 85% of their water-soluble vitamins, including the vitamin C your kidneys desperately need. Drain that pot and all the healing power goes straight down the sink. Or consider something as simple as adding a teaspoon of table salt. That single spoon carries 2,300 milligrams of sodium, forcing your already struggling kidneys to process a massive load they can't handle. Many seniors report that burning ache in their lower back after salty meals. And that's not just aging, that's your kidneys, crying for relief. And then there's the so-called leaching trick, where people soak vegetables overnight to lower potassium. Yes, it reduces potassium, but it also strips away the very phytochemicals that protect your kidneys. In other words, you're washing away the medicine while keeping the problem. Storing vegetables in sealed plastic bags creates another disaster. Within 48 hours, trapped moisture breeds bacteria that consume nutrients before you even take a bite. The wilted veggies at the bottom of your crisper. They've already lost 60% of their healing power. Flavor shortcuts can sabotage you too. Those little bouillon cubes might seem harmless, but each one hides about 900 milligrams of phosphorus. That instantly cancels out the benefits of your kidney-friendly vegetables dumping a load your kidneys must filter out instead of healing. Even the oil you use matters. Regular vegetable oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids that spark inflammation everywhere, including inside your kidneys. The solution is surprisingly simple: steam or lightly saute instead of boiling, season with garlic, oregano, and black pepper instead of salt, and always use olive oil for its anti-inflammatory benefits. Wrap vegetables in paper towels, not plastic, before placing them in your fridge. And above all, spread your servings across the day instead of loading everything into one dinner plate. Your body can only absorb so much at once, just like a sponge can only hold so much water. But fixing your cooking mistakes isn't the end of the story. Because once you protect the nutrients, there's a vegetable so powerful that doctors in India actually prescribe it alongside medication to lower creatinine levels fast. And it works in a way that even surprises nephrologists. And that vegetable doctors in India actually prescribe. It's bitter gourd, sometimes called bitter melon. And while the taste may make you wince, the healing it delivers to your kidneys is no less than astonishing. Imagine something that works like a prescription diuretic, flushing out excess creatinine, but without the dangerous side effects. That's exactly what bitter gourd does, thanks to a compound called charantium. Unlike water pills that strip away potassium and leave you weak and cramping, bitter gourd helps your body eliminate waste while keeping electrolytes balanced. The story gets even better when you look at diabetes, the #1 enemy of kidney health. Bitter gourd contains a natural insulin mimic called polypeptide P. This compound lowers blood sugar, naturally protecting the fragile blood vessels that feed your nephrons. In fact, an Indian clinical trial tracked kidney patients who drank bitter gourd juice daily for 90 days. Their creatinine levels dropped from 2.14 to 1.76, a change so significant that several patients actually moved back a full stage in kidney disease. Dr. Mark Ellis often reminds his patients that bitter gourd is a food that acts like medicine, and in this case, the data proves him right. Here's how to use it. Take one small gourd about 6 inches long, slice it open, remove the seeds and blend the flesh with half a cup of water. Strain it, then mix with an equal part of apple juice to soften the bitterness. Just 30 milliliters on an empty stomach in the morning can deliver remarkable results. If juicing feels overwhelming, you can stir-fry thin slices with onions and garlic. The flavor mellows and the nutrients become easier to absorb. For consistency, aim for 100 grams twice a week, like every Monday and Thursday, so your kidneys get a steady rhythm of support. One word of caution: if you're diabetic and already taking insulin or metformin, check your blood sugar closely when starting bitter gourd. The combination can drop glucose too low if you're not careful, so always start with smaller amounts and adjust under medical supervision. And when shopping, look for the darker green Indian variety with pointed bumps. That extra bitterness is actually a good sign. It means more healing compounds inside. But as powerful as bitter gourd is, it's not the final answer. Because while it actively pulls toxins out, your kidneys still need the right environment to repair themselves fully. And that's where the next vegetable comes in: a gentle hydrator that soothes, heals, and protects while you sleep. If bitter gourd works like a powerful medicine, then bottle gourd is more like a gentle healer, creating the perfect environment for your kidneys to restore themselves. At first glance, it looks plain, almost too simple to matter. But inside, it's 90% water, a structured hydration that flows through your system in a way plain water often can't. For people with damaged kidneys, drinking too much water at once can cause swelling in the ankles, puffiness in the face, or even shortness of breath. Bottle Gourd delivers hydration differently, easing fluid out of your system while keeping electrolytes balanced. Indian researchers studying chronic kidney patients found something remarkable. Adding Bottle Gourd regularly reduced proteinuria, the leakage of protein into urine, one of the clearest signs of kidney damage. Less protein in the urine means your filters are repairing themselves instead of breaking down. One elderly patient in Dr. Mark Ellis's clinic, who could barely swallow solid food, began sipping warm Bottle Gourd soup daily. Within a month, her swelling went down, her appetite returned, and for the first time in years, her lab tests showed protein in the normal range. Preparation is simple and senior-friendly. Peel the skin completely. It sometimes carries bitter compounds that irritate the stomach. Chop and cook until fork tender, about 15 minutes, then blend into a smooth soup with light seasoning, like black pepper or fresh coriander. The chlorophyll in coriander doubles the detox effect while keeping the flavor mild and comforting. If you prefer a fresher option, mixing Bottle Gourd juice with cucumber creates a cooling, kidney-friendly drink that supports overnight detox while you sleep. One golden rule: always taste a small, raw piece before cooking. If it tastes bitter, don't eat it. Bitter Bottle Gourd contains toxins that can harm the liver. Choose the sweet, mild variety and you'll unlock one of the gentlest yet most powerful supports for your kidneys. Stored properly in an airtight container, it keeps its healing properties for up to 5 days. And unlike most vegetables, it actually digests even easier after a day in the fridge. Bottle Gourd is more than just hydration. It's the foundation of recovery, giving your kidneys the rest they need to repair. But here's the part you'll want to hear. Knowing these 5 vegetables is only half the story. Because the real question is, how soon can you expect to see results once you start eating them the right way? So now the question everyone asks is, how soon will you feel a difference once you start eating these 5 vegetables the right way? The truth may surprise you because your body doesn't take years to respond. It begins within days. In the very first week, the puffiness you see in the mirror each morning starts to fade. That's your kidneys clearing excess fluid instead of letting it pool in your face and around your eyes. By week 2, your shoes fit easier in the evening because the swelling in your ankles and legs is finally going down. It's one of the first visible signs that your kidneys are working again. By the end of the first month, something even more dramatic happens: your energy returns. Those uremic toxins that once left you exhausted are leaving your system instead of circulating endlessly. The brain fog that made you forget names or lose track of conversations starts to lift. Your urine even looks lighter and clearer, a sign that filtration is improving. By month 2, the benefits spill over into your heart. Blood pressure often drops by 5 to 10 points without any medication changes. That's because healthier kidneys ease the strain on your cardiovascular system, and the two work hand in hand. Sleep also becomes deeper and more refreshing as your body finally clears toxins during the night instead of recycling them. Month 3 is when the lab tests confirm what you already feel. Creatinine drops by 0.2 to 0.4 points, and your eGFR climbs by 3 to 5 units. Your doctor notices less protein leaking into your urine, and for the first time, you may hear the words improvement instead of decline. By month 4 and 5, your new normal sets in. Walking a block no longer leaves you breathless nausea that killed your appetite fades away, and friends begin telling you how much healthier you look without even knowing your secret. And by month 6, the change is undeniable. This is where Harvard researchers saw a 31% improvement in creatinine. For some, it means moving from stage 3 kidney disease back into stage 2. For others, it means putting off dialysis for years or avoiding it altogether. It's not just numbers on a lab sheet, it's proof your kidneys can heal when you finally give them what they need. But here's the crucial part. Seeing results depends on consistency and timing, and that's why the next step is vital: a daily protocol that shows you exactly when and how to eat these vegetables for maximum power. Now, knowing the timeline is powerful, but results only happen if you give your kidneys steady support every single day. Think of it like watering a plant. You can't drown it once a week and expect it to thrive. You have to nourish it consistently. That's why Dr. Mark Ellis recommends spreading your vegetable intake across the day, not piling it all into one big dinner. Here's how a simple daily routine might look. In the morning, when your kidneys are most active after working all night, start with cauliflower mash alongside your breakfast. This is the perfect time to flood your body with sulforaphane because your natural cortisol peak between 6 and 8 a.m. boosts absorption by up to 30%. 2 hours later, on an empty stomach, take 30 milliliters of bitter gourd juice, just enough to lower creatinine without overwhelming your digestion. Mix it with apple juice if the taste makes you hesitate, but don't skip it. At lunch, bring in cabbage raw if possible, like a fresh coleslaw dressed with olive oil and a splash of apple cider vinegar. This combination keeps your energy steady during the afternoon slump and helps bind toxins in your gut before they recirculate. Around 3 p.m., when your body usually craves caffeine or sugar, snack on crisp red or yellow bell pepper strips with a light dip. This keeps your vitamin C levels stable, supporting filtration and blood vessel health. And for dinner, end the day with warm bottled gourd soup. Its gentle hydration supports your kidneys' natural cleansing cycle between midnight and 4 a.m. when they do their hardest work. Now, this protocol isn't one size fits all. If you're in stage 1 or 2 kidney disease, you can follow it freely. In stage 3, limit portions to half cups and avoid bitter gourd every day. Twice a week is enough. Stage 4 requires a nephrologist's supervision before adding new vegetables because potassium can accumulate. Seniors over 75 often do better with softer preparation soups and mash since they're easier to digest and absorb. And for those with diabetes, always time bitter gourd carefully and check blood sugar, especially if you're taking insulin or metformin. It may sound like a lot, but once you build the rhythm, it feels effortless. Shopping twice a week keeps everything fresh. Prepping your vegetables on Sunday and Wednesday makes it easy to stay consistent, even when life gets busy. Remember, your kidneys don't need heroic effort. Once in a while, they need steady daily support. And when you stay consistent, something amazing happens. Your doctor's next words might not be about dialysis at all. Instead, they could be about lowering medications, improving labs, and reclaiming years of life you thought were already gone. Remember this, your kidneys haven't given up on you, and neither should you. Every small choice you make today, every meal you put on your plate can either push you closer to dialysis or pull you back toward freedom. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent. And I know you can do this. If you found this video helpful, please save it so you can come back when you need a reminder. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you'll never miss the latest medical insights and practical steps to protect your kidneys and your health. Because at the end of the day, you deserve more than just surviving. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and free. Dialysis doesn't have to be your story. With knowledge, daily habits, and the right foods, you can rewrite your future starting today.